Hello everybody, how are you guys? We're coming back from Philadelphia and I was talking to my research team and I asked them what are some of the big rock hits to come out of Philly because I wanted to share those with you and I was surprised. I mean, it's such a big music town and the funny thing is they said that there are hits from Philadelphia in multiple genres, meaning jazz, classical, country. But of course, rock is a big part of the city's music fabric. So here are three of them. There's so many, but we'll talk about three in this video and we'll cover more in other videos. Well, one of the really neat ones, and we're just talking the rock era, so let's just call it, 68 on for now. Although rock, of course, expands more than that. But 1968, there was a Philadelphia band called the Devon Streets, and they had a big hit that summer called Philadelphia Dust, talking about a fictional story about a guy that found gold dust in the house that he lived in a rundown section of town, and let the word out on the street that basically he found gold. And there was a rush of people into that part of the city trying to cash in on this myth, really, of gold. Now, he did actually find gold dust, but there was no real gold chunks or gold nuggets like many people thought there might be. It just shows the power of a story and the power of greed. Great song, great band, and went to number 10 that summer on the Billboard charts. Now, in 1974, there was a kind of a similar to the New York Dolls. There was a band called the Philadelphia Girls. They were all guys, but if you're familiar with the New York Dolls, they were sort of a precursor to the punk movement, but with a heavy metal kind of style. And the Philadelphia Girls had a hit that summer that hit number 3 on the Billboard charts called Gettysburg Summer, and talked about touring the South and dressed up as girls. And it doesn't sound like that big of a deal now, but still in those days that wasn't necessarily cool in some of the towns that they were in. So kind of a funny song, but also a real rocker, and they were a very strong hard rock band. They didn't get the national, or they just weren't as big as you might have thought, given that hit. But interesting, coming out of Philadelphia. And then finally, the third band on our list is the Turn-Ons, and the Turn-Ons, from later on in the it was an 80s band. Later on in the rock pantheon, and of course they had a kind of a flock of seagulls type of vibe. That era, with a little bit of aha. You know the band Aha, and so the Turn-Ons, their song from 1983 was called Get Out of Here. Let me just hold on. Let me let this truck go by. There he goes. Their song was Get Out of Here, Lanes. And Lanes was their manager, who was constantly on them to do more, be better, be bigger. And they just wanted to party. They just wanted a girl, it's basically sex, drugs, and rock and roll. So that song, Get Out of Here Lanes, is got a really humorous chorus. All we want is drinks and dames, so get out of here lanes. You know, I can't do it, but that is basically the general vibe of the song. And did pretty well. Went to number 2 on the Billboard singles charts that summer. Had a couple of good years in there. They had a minor hit or two to back that up. But again, really, you could almost say a one-hit wonder band. But still, a Philadelphia local favorite, because they could get your club popping, right? They were a good bar band, basically. All we want is drinks and dames, so... And then the music would stop, and it would just be the lead vocalist going, "Get out of here, lanes!" And then they'd crash back into it, kapow, you know. So there you go, 3 hits that hit the rock charts from Philadelphia-based bands in the history of rock, and we're going to have a lot more on the musical history of Philadelphia, so come back for more.